नमस्ते। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. This shloka tells us that I offer my obeisances unto my spiritual master, who has opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I was in the darkness and he has taken me to the light. So this is the Guru Pranam mantra, which all of us know, and we are going to celebrate Guru Purnima day after tomorrow. So on that occasion, Sri Rakesh Gadgi ji from the Srimati Gadgi Akanagamma Trust requested me to speak a few words on the significance of Guru Purnima, as well as he told me to speak on the possible precautions for the third wave of COVID. So we will try to make it very short, and I am very grateful to him for giving me this opportunity to glorify the spiritual leaders of our Sanatana Dharma. So amongst all the knowledgeable people, whatever knowledge is there in the world today, it has a terminology from the Vedic point of view. It is called Vyasa Uchchishtam. That means no matter how original the knowledge may look, it always has some origin with Vyasadeva, Maharshi Vyasa, who was the son of Parashar Muni and Satyavati. So he is the one, till his time, all the knowledge was coming in the Shruti. Everyone was hearing and repeating to the next generation. And in this way, through Guru Shishya Parampara, the knowledge was carried on. And there are various departments of knowledge, but the supreme most knowledge is the knowledge of the absolute truth, or the Tattva. And therefore, this knowledge was passed on to generation in the form of Shruti. And considering that very soon Kali Yuga is approaching and people will not have so much memory, it was Maharshi Vyas who divided all the Vedas into 4 sections. So therefore, originally his name was Krishna Dvaipayan, because he was born on a Dvip, therefore Dvaipayan, and Krishna because he was blackish. But later on, when he divided the Vedas into 4 Vedas, he was known as Veda Vyasa. And his birthday, or his appearance day, is on the Ashad Purnima, and therefore that day we celebrate as Guru Purnima. So from his point onwards, every Guru is representing Vyasadeva. So particularly in the spiritual circles, where you sit and give discourse on spiritual topics, that asana is also called Vyasasana, Vyasadaddi. So this is the importance of Vyasadeva, and all the Gurus of material knowledge as well as the spiritual knowledge, they represent Sri Vyasadeva. And therefore, on this day, the day of Guru Purnima, all the followers of Sanatana Dharma, they worship their Guru. They thank them for showing them the right path. And that right path comes from their experience. So therefore in the Gita, Krishna says, Tadviddhi pranipratena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnananas tattvadarshina. So, a Tattvadarshi Guru can give us knowledge if we have those qualifications. What are those qualifications? Pranipatena, that means we have to humble ourselves and offer obeisances. Pariprashnena, that means we have to be inquisitive. We have to be very enthusiastic to know. If these 2 qualifications are there, then the Guru is very pleased. And then we receive that knowledge. and we humble ourselves on this day in front of the Guru by worshipping him. So that's the significance of Guru Purnima. Coming to the COVID-19, which is still going on now, currently as of now, all over India the wave is gone down, the positivity rate is less, and most of the hospitals which are COVID dedicated hospitals are empty. Few beds here and there. Yet at the same time, just like in the first wave, we were confident that everything is okay now. It surprised us. The second wave came like a tsunami, and we had such a havoc all over India. Now, the third wave is likely to be coming according to the predictions of the epidemiologist somewhere around October. And it is expected that this time the pediatric population, children, will be most affected, because by this time most of the adults might have been already vaccinated or infected. So the population which is not vaccinated is pediatric population, children from the age of early age to up to 18 years of age. So what precautions we can take? Of course, first of all I must tell you that in the pediatric population so far Corona has not created such a havoc as in the adults. Children have very easily dealt with it. Many of them are asymptomatic, they don't even know that they had it. So most likely we are expecting that the children will deal with it well. But obviously Corona has always surprised everyone at every time. Every prediction has gone wrong so far. So we should be cautious. So what are the precautions? Children are generally, and particularly younger age group, they are not going to keep the mask on, they are not going to be very clean in the hand washing, but it is our duty to make sure that if our child is showing any symptom of sickness, immediately isolate it. That is, as parents, it will be our duty as guardians, so that others don't get infected. And the same three principles: hand washes repeatedly, wearing a mask, keeping a safe distance from others. These three are the universal precautions even for pediatric patients. And one more thing which we can do for them is to make sure that they sleep well. They sleep well, they eat well. If they do these two things, they will not be unlikely to be sick. And in this way we can avoid the third wave impact. There is a recommendation that the pediatric population can be vaccinated with influenza vaccine. Of course, influenza vaccine does not protect you from coronavirus, but coronavirus illness is also like influenza-like illness, ILI. So if we have vaccinated our child with influenza vaccine, he is not likely to get influenza, and therefore any symptom of influenza-like illness, we will be able to immediately segregate them and also detect them. That will be the advantage. So there is a recommendation that pediatric population can be vaccinated for influenza vaccine for this year and maybe next year, till we come over this pandemic. So these are simple things which I would recommend for the third wave which is likely to come. So thank you very much for patiently listening, and thank you Rakesh for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Hare Krishna.